battles unfold on the table, less expanse. Miniature warriors in a strategic dance. 15 millimeters of intricate design. A world of conflict in a scaled down line. Terrain crafted with precision and care. Armies maneuver under watchful glare. Dice roll to decide the fate of the day. Strategies clash in a tactical display.
Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I'm coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. And in today's video, we're going to continue on with my Napoleonic project update. And just to let you know, after the rebasing video, I promised that I was going to show you how I put them in my trays. And let me scan the camera over here just for a second so you can see the trays I'm talking about. All right, now these are the trays that I'm working with. These 9 trays at the top, and then all of these trays right here. Every one of them, like I have World War II figures, American War of Independence. Over here is all my ancient armies. Over here, these are actually loose bags of miniatures that I am actually selling as part of my eBay store. But basically, my Napoleonics is this row right here, and each one of these is a division or more for my Quatre Bras battle. Now, I pulled this tray out right here. It's the one on my table. Let's go back to the table. All right, so this is one of those trays. I don't remember what the dimensions on the tray is, but this is a 12-inch ruler, and so it's maybe 12 and a half, maybe, by maybe 12 and a quarter. So think of it like 12 by 12. And I've got these shelf liners. I got a big roll of them, and I cut them to size so that they fit inside my tray, nice and snug as a bug in the rug. Okay, I use the rubberized ones because it helps prevent units from moving around in here. All right, now I'll take normally a 3x5 card. I fold it so that it's folded, and then on the one side, I'll put I put French 9th Division, but I'm also going to put the 2nd Cav in here as well. And then what I do is I take this and I tuck it underneath the shelf liner so it holds it in place where I can read it from the outside, and then the non-slip is on the bottom. So far, so good. So far, so good. And then what I do is we are doing, as you already saw, we're doing the 9th Division as well as the 2nd Cav. The 9th Division has a number of different units in it, obviously, and different brigades and stuff like that. So I make these little nameplates for the different regiments or brigades or what have you. On these, I put something like this says 2. Okay, I'm going to try to get some shade on there so you can see it. There you go. It says 2B, 2nd Brigade, right? And I got a little, this lighting. Okay. 2B, 9th Division, 1st and 2nd Battalion of the 100th Regiment, right? That helps me know, where to put these guys. Stuff like that. All right, so let's start with 1st Brigade. Let's get these in here just out of the way. So these are the 100th, okay? I'm just going to put those out of the way right now. Okay, who is this? 1st of the 93rd. Okay, and then I will push it all the way to the corner, right? First to the 93rd, first to the 93rd, first to the 93rd. There's a flag repair I'm going to have to do on this unit. I think I'm going to drill the standard bearer's hand out and use a little metal standard and replace that flag. That's what I think I'm going to do. Okay, so that's first of the 93rd. This is second of the 92nd. So the 93rd is going to be in the front, and the 92nd is going to be on the second rank. Second of the 92nd. Okay. And what was this? This was the second of the 100th. Now, you know, each one of those is a separate regiment. I do that on purpose. 93rd is that first regiment. Yep. So that is first and second of the 93rd. Part of the 92nd, 1st Battalion. We got 1st and 2nd, the 92nd. And again, I got it pushed up all up in that grill. Now, this is 1st Brigade. That's Walthier. No, Gauthier. That's this guy, Gauthier. So I put him next to his brigade. 1st of the 100th. Okay, so that's 1st and 2nd. Whoa. 1st and 2nd Battalion of the 100th. Their little nameplate down. So now I'm looking for 1, 2, and 3 of the 4th Light. Knowing that there's 3 of them, I go ahead and put 2 rows. I could put the 3rd Battalion up here. I would have to just not put them in marked columns. But there's a reason why I don't do that. Okay. So there's 1, 2, and 3 of the 4th. As part of the 2nd Brigade is this, which this nameplate says 9th Division Foy. 1 is Gauthier, 2 is Jammin. Here's Jammin. Yeah, I could put him on the side. It's no big deal. And I can also put Foy in there. Okay, so that's not the complete infantry division because we've got artillery, 2 guns, and a limber is what I consider a battery or standard size battery. And what I do is I put these guns up front and I'll put the limber beside them. There's the guns and the limber nameplates, the generals. Now I could put this guy up here as well if I wanted. I could even put him up in the middle. Sometimes I do that, especially when it starts to get really crowded in my tray. I try to consolidate or consolidate as much as possible. All right. Well, I'm happy to get Foy's division in here. Now there is enough space here for the 2nd Cav Division. The 2nd Cav Division has Hubert and Walthier as the 2 brigades. There's also horse artillery, which I do not have completed, but they would go up front here as well. And if there was not room for a limber, I could easily just put a limber right there because it's a 40 millimeter width as well as the infantry are 40 millimeters as well. So I could line it up in there like that if I need to, if I've got any reason to do that. But let's go ahead and get Hubert and Walthier. Here's a limber that needs to be rebased. And again, like I said, I don't have the horse artillery based yet. So I'll just put that out of the way. Okay, who do we have here? The first chasseurs. And I'll basically do it the same way as the infantry. Sometimes I'll put them in like a column like that. Sometimes I'll put them in march column like the infantry. So I'm going to put them in march column like the infantry. Okay, that's first chasseurs and the sixth chasseurs. Now, these trays, this is something I want to point out. There's not enough room to put a unit full length here, but there is enough room if I was so inclined to put a unit sideways, right? If I needed to put a unit in here sideways, I could. Or sometimes I'll put in all my generals along the side. Okay, so those are two march columns, the first and the sixth chasseurs. And here is the sixth lancers and the fifth lancers. Now, these are their line lancers, not the guard lancers. Okay, and that's Walthier. And I can take Hubert or Hubert and Walthiers or Walthier and Pyre. And there would be enough room for two guns and the limber as well, right there, probably. And that's how I do it. Now, there's going to be a little extra space in here. You know, that's okay. I don't mind that. And when I go to a convention or something like that, this is how they would be transported. They would be in the tray, whatever you call it, shelf case, which has 3 of these trays. So I would just carry those shelves in with these trays inside. And so, yeah, that's how I store my figures. And these are tall enough. Now I'm measuring on the inside, not the outside. They're tall. That's almost 2.5 inches. Almost. It's probably it's probably right at 2.5. But with the rubber, maybe it's just under 2.5. That's perfect for like even cavalry and their standards. You don't have any issue with it bumping along the top or anything like that. Even my Macedonian pikemen, they stand upright and their pikes don't even go this high. They go real close to it though, but not. Now I haven't put any elephants in there, or like trebuchets or anything like that. So once I get to that, I might have to evaluate it. But I believe they would still fit. The elephants anyway. The trebuchet maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But I don't have any of those to test on. And well, actually, I do have some elephants, but they're not put together and painted. Yeah, so your normal like medieval knights with their lances pointing up, they still fit. These lancers, they fit. Everything's really good. Now, I have used these for 28 millimeter figures as well. 99% of my 28 millimeter figures fit in here, but like my Macedonian pikemen or the some of the cavalry, I have to put in here. I have to lay down when I put them in here. But normally everything fits. Even the infantry standing upright will fit in here, usually. Even with their bayonets poking upwards and flags poking up, they still fit. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out and watching this. If you're interested in picking up some of these miniatures that I've got in those trays over there that I was talking about, you should check out my eBay store. I've got a lot of stuff in there, 28s, World War II, Napoleonics, fantasy, whatever. Plus, if you're interested in me painting some models for you, I would be glad to do that on commission. Just check out the description below. Plus, you can just go ahead and email me at this email address, and I will catch you in the next one.